my son.
Mr. Govan, you haven't smiled all this week, but obviously you have a lot to smile about. Just tell me just about what you're feeling in right now.
Like I said, it's kind of hard to explain the feeling of getting your life back, just from 12 people, so I'm just blessed, and I'm just ready to go see my son.
What was going through your head when you were waiting for the verdict this morning?
Nervousness, of course, it's natural, but I got a team around me that was very confident and supportive, so without them, it wouldn't be no me. I just want to thank again, Manny, Robert, Haley, Bill, Handel, Contrell, Leanne, and just everybody that played a part in proving my innocence.
You heard your attorney say if you're black and poor in Memphis, this is what happens. What would be your words of advice?
Leave Memphis.
Do you plan on leaving Memphis, sir?
Of course.
Was there any point throughout the week where you're like, you know what, I'm still nervous, prior to the verdict? Was there any point where it's like, I don't know which way it's going to go?
I've been nervous for 4 years.
How does it feel to be at the end of this 4-year journey that you've been on?
It feels great. I just feel like I've been born again, and I get a chance to restart my life and do some positive things.
Do you think that this verdict will change how the court system is working here in Memphis?
As corrupt this system is, I doubt it.
Mr. Aurora, do you think this verdict will change anything with the court system here in Memphis?
I'm not here from Memphis, but if this is a microcosm of what's going on, then we should all be worried. And maybe we should be digging into these things and figuring out why so many people are in jail, why we keep them without bond and force them into pleas and things of that nature, and why investigations aren't always there. Thankfully, my office has the resources to help these types of people and can spend the money to do it. I can only imagine how hard it is for public defenders with their cases or other appointed lawyers that couldn't do this, and how many people shouldn't be in prison.
Oh, back in December, is that the reason? Obviously, you advised your client not to take that plea.
That's always his decision. I don't advise him to do anything. They always say, what would I do? And I'm like, I'm not serving the time, so I have no idea. I can't go through that stress. You can't duplicate that. I mean, I love the man. I believed in him. That's why I took the case. And we fought like hell for it. I'm grateful that the staff stayed with me. I yelled at them a lot this week and put a lot of pressure on them. We worked long nights for the last few months. We filed, I don't know how many, 2,000 motions, most of which were granted, which never happens. But it was so obvious we were right. And yet still we have a case. The government just can't ever admit that maybe there isn't anything here. They're just prosecute, and then blame the jury if it doesn't go your way.
He was fired just 3 weeks before he was set to retire.
And now he's becoming an industry whistleblower. Kate Jennings.
I believe we have the opportunity to.
I know y'all see what's going on, man. Now, this right here is just crazy. But I've been telling y'all, man, y'all got to understand what happened with Juk. With Juk out the way, they got nothing. Was Govan working with the feds? Maybe. What happened when Govan went to go pick up the money? Now, the lawyers did make a good complaint about the fact that straight dropping them left the car across the street from Govan's house, and Govan didn't even know. Like, he didn't even try to move. It's like, so was y'all trying to just put it all on him? Like, how does this happen? But again, just like I was telling y'all, man, it's a reason that happened with Juk, man. Because if Juk was still here, just imagine what would be going on. It'd be a whole circus, man. Like, it would have been a lot. It would have been a lot. It would have been too much if Juk was still here and he was sitting on that stand. And it would have been trouble for Yo Gotti. But the question is, if Govan is innocent, then who is guilty?
The longer that the jury deliberates, the better it is for your client. They're discussing certain things, but this was a very limited amount of information, very limited jury verdict form that they had to consider essentially 3 charges, all wrapped around the same thing. So it wasn't a lot of complexity there. It was really about, did they believe the state's main witness, or did they not believe it? And that's what it came down to.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like in a case like this, there's not that much physical evidence to deal with at all, right?
That's correct.
The state was never alleging that Govan was the man who pulled the trigger.
Right.
So his argument is, why are you believing what?
Correct. The entire case is credibility of.
Y'all gotta understand, this did not go any way that they wanted to go. The whole hit was botched, messed up. And even though we thought nothing was going on, they was already arresting people and everything. So you gotta look at this like real life. What happens whenever that stuff happens in real life? You know, like mocking stuff. They get to knocking off the person that got the most information, the person that can be most discriminating towards the place that can get everybody locked up. They didn't even want Jock, Big Jook. They didn't even want him in jail. They wanted him gone before he could even get a chance to get interviewed. Did you hear what the lawyer said on the defense? He said, Jook ain't never even got talked to or questioned. And he gone. So without Jook, it's an open and shut case. And it's gonna be hard to get the Gotti. But the question is, we thinking like mine is, if Govan is not guilty, who is? And I'm gonna just end it like this, man. When this first happened, everybody was talking about, oh, the laws and everybody, they're not gonna do nothing about it. But see, they already had people locked up. They already had Cornelius before he could even get a chance to get paid. So they already know what's going on. And they was already trying to talk to Jook. He was hitting them with, talk to my lawyer. And a lot of people on the streets knew that Jook, he owes a lot of information, man. Like I say, we already knew if Jook out the way, it's gonna be hard to convict Govan, because Jook is the one that got all the information, and he's the only way you're gonna really get to Gotti. Now, like I say, is this, man. Don't go down the rabbit hole. Pay attention to the way it works in the streets. Jook gone, Govan not guilty. Who's responsible? Are they gonna just hold straight drop and them responsible for this, man? Make it make sense.